Hey folks, Chef Jesse here. How's everybody doing on a Friday evening? Well, anyway, folks, today we are having, because you're supposed to not eat meat on Fridays, but you know, I don't know. But anyway, we are having some codfish, and we are having what they call bacalao, or bacala, if you say it in Italian, right? Bacalao is actually codfish. It is, it actually originates from, it's European. It's actually the Europeans brought it over to the New World, and they needed to preserve the fish while on the ships. So they didn't have any refrigeration back in the 1600s and before that, whatever it was, right? When Columbus and all those people came, getting lost and coming over here, whatever it is. But anyway, so they salted the fish. They put it in cask of salt, and the salt preserved not only the fish, but it also preserved a lot of other, even meats were preserved in salt. So salt was very crucial in those days to preserve the food before refrigeration. So anyway, that's a little bit of history of bacalao. So today we're going to be making some, that's why I have it's a Puerto Rican dish, I guess, or a Latin dish, that it's bacalao, and also bacalao in Italian. The Italians also make it. But today we're making it Latin style. And I'm going to show you how this is going to be bacalao, stewed bacalao. I have some rice in my rice cooker. And I'm going to be, when I go to restaurants, when I go to Latino restaurants, they give me sometimes, well, the few times I've eaten bacalao, I don't eat bacalao all the time, but the few times I've eaten bacalao, they've given it to me with like this boiled plantain and boiled yuca, which is a cassava, which is a root, and green plantain. So I've tasted like that in restaurants, in Latin restaurants, and I've liked it. So I'm boiling a little piece of green plantain. I'm boiling a piece of yuca that I got, and that's what I'm going to eat it with. And I have some rice and stuff like that. But anyway, let me first show you how I get this stuff together, because you know it's easy. It's quite easy. It's not that hard. So what I did, I boiled the bacalao. I boiled it like 2 times, 3 times. Get the salt out of it. I don't want too much salt out of it, but I don't want too much salt. So you have to either, some people boil it over, leave it in water overnight. Boil it for a couple hours. I don't know. My mother used to leave it in water overnight to get the salt out, because it is salty. It is very salty. And if you're watching your salt intake, then bacalao is not for you. So anyway, let me. I'm gonna start off cutting up some green peppers. Let me show you. Okay, let me just wash this out here. Okay, I like to wash my vegetables and stuff when I'm cutting it. So this is a green pepper. It's a sweet pepper. It's not a hot pepper. It's a sweet pepper. So I'm gonna cut it straight down the line here. There we go. This pepper looks like it's okay. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna pull this back, and I'm gonna take the seeds out. Okay. And yeah. So this happens to be. Let me see. This happens to be a male pepper. I think the female has 4. Must be a male. Anyway. I'm gonna cut this in strips like this. Okay, I like to cut the ends of this off like that, and then I like to cut this off. Then we cut this off, and I'm gonna cut it in strips. Okay, and make sure the seeds are out. There's my sticker there. What the hell? Okay, so I'm gonna cut it in strips like so. Okay. I'm going to cook this in some olive oil that I have there, and some tomato sauce, and this is my okay, I like to get this off of there. There you go. I'm going to continue cutting this into strips. So I'm going to saute this in olive oil and cook this, break it down, and this is going to be part of my, it's going to be into my bacalao. So there you go, cut this up like this. There you go, make a strip. I don't like this piece. I don't know, it's just me. Let's get these seeds out of here. Okay. There we go, we're going to cut another piece here. There we go. And then we're going to cut it straight down, okay? There we go. Oh, look at that. Okay. So we're gonna put that into this thing here, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna cook this up later. Let me get my onion. I got a Spanish onion here. Okay, now I hate onions. I really hate the skin. I really don't. I don't know. There's something about, I find it icky. So let me just. There you go. So let's peel this. Let's peel the skin out of here. Okay. So I got my. Oh. So I was doing some. I was doing some spring cleaning today, actually. Straightened out my bedroom, our bedroom. We threw some stuff away, shredded some papers. You know, a little bit of spring cleaning. That changed the curtains in the bedroom, and the living room, and the kitchen. You know, once in a while you gotta clean up a bit. So that's what we were doing today. And now I'm in the kitchen, the best spot in the house, where I perform best. Okay. So we're gonna. These looks like a lot of onion, but of course when you cook and break down onions, it breaks down. So I'm gonna show you. I want to show you how it looks. Let me just turn on the back of the stove here. Oh, that's the bag. Okay. The stove is like a pain in the butt. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's turn this on. So I got my olive oil here ready. Now I already cooked my. I already cooked my my codfish, and I let it cool off, and then I shredded it by hand. Let me show you how it looks. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so it says it's boneless, but there's always a bone in it or two. I'm telling you. So I go through it with a fine picking. Look, there's a bone right here. See, I just picked a bone. Pick a bone. So, you know, you gotta be careful when you eat codfish. That's the only thing that I don't like about codfish, that even though they say it's boneless, that's full of crap. I always tend to find one or two. And depending on the brand that you use, some brands are like full of their bones. I mean, it's really like the cheaper ones. And there's some people like it with bone. They debone it themselves. But, so I've gone through this a couple of times, and I know I'm gonna find a bone, but what are you gonna do? So I've gone through it with a fine pick, and wait a minute, I saw something that looked like a bone, but I missed it. There we go. Is this a bone? Oh, no, it's not, but this one is. There we go. Is that a bone? Yeah. Okay, that's not a bone. Okay, so let me show you first how I'm gonna start sauteing. I put this on low flame. I'm gonna show you right now. Because what I want to do, I want to saute my onions, my peppers, and okay, you got me there? Okay, you got that, right? So here, I'm going to throw my onions in there. Okay. Throw my onions in there. There we go. And I'm going to saute just my onions, that's it. And my peppers as well, okay? So I'm going to saute this. The house is going to smell real nice. Oh, yeah. It's gonna have all those flavors. What happened here? Ah, I didn't cut that enough. Okay, we'll cut this. We'll cut this thinner. There we go. And we'll throw it back in there. Okay, so I'm gonna saute this in this olive oil. Some nice olive oil, and I'm going to add some. I'm gonna add some salt, and just a little bit of tap of salt, because remember the codfish has salt. But I want to do it. I want to bring the moisture out on the onions and the pepper. So I'm going to put a little tap of salt. That's it. Okay, just a little tap, because as you know, the codfish is salty. So I'm gonna continue. Put some pepper in there. Let's see, we got some black pepper in there. Just a little tap. Little tab here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. And I'm gonna use some onion garlic powder. Just a little whisk. There you go. You with me so far? Okay, and continue cooking these till they break down. Oh, looking good, smelling good. Oh man, yeah. Ooh, one of my onions ran away from me. She doesn't want to get cooked, so she's going into the garbage. You have a choice: garbage or get cooked. So there we go. I'm gonna use a little bit of a little tab of tomato sauce just to start giving those vegetables a flavor there. Okay. Look at that. Oh man, look at that. Tell me that doesn't look good. So I'm gonna continue breaking this down in a few minutes. And then I'm gonna add the codfish to this, okay? And we're gonna add the codfish to this, but we're gonna continue breaking these onions and peppers down. I wanna break them down, and then we'll add the bacalao, and I'll show you how we do it. So folks, look how it looks. It's looking nice. Look at this. So it's breaking down. My peppers are broken down. My onions. In about another couple minutes, I'm gonna add some sazon that I had. Sazon with culantro and achote. Culantro is it's like a leaf. It gives flavor, and achote is annatto, which gives it color. Now this already has color, but I want some more, a little bit of color. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this, maybe half of the envelope in there. It's also going to give it flavor, but it's also going to get it, that yellowish flavor that I'm looking for the bacalao. Okay, so you can see. Look at that. Oh man, if you were here to smell, my nose is clogged up, folks. I got a sinus infection. I'm taking antibiotics and everything, but this smells so good. It's going right through my nose. I can smell it. So stay tuned, because when I come right back, I'm going to throw in the bacalao in there. Okay, folks, so are you ready? My bacalao going in here. Look at that. Oh, look at this. And now I'm going to mix it in. And it's going to get the yellow, nice color that you see in restaurants. Okay. There you go. Mix it around. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, my God. Look at that. And then you're going to let this cook a little while, not too much, because you actually don't want the bacalao to fry, because it's in the oil in there. So there you go. So again, if you're watching your salt intake, this is not for you. It's got a little bit of olive oil. Olive oil is good for you. I mean, actually, but okay. Some people put potatoes in it. Some people put olives. I didn't put any olives because I made yellow rice with olives. I put olives in the yellow rice, so that's why I didn't put yellow rice. But other people, a lot of people put potatoes in it, and it just makes it more. But this is it. I'm gonna let this simmer a few minutes. Dang, that bacalao is done. Look at that. Oh man, I'm telling you. Wait till I take it to the table. Well, folks, my bacalao, my codfish, it is done. So I want you to meet me at the table, because I'm going to show you how this looks, and it looks quite amazing, and it smells good. So let's go to the table. So folks, we're at the table, and a recap of what we did today. Something in my way here. Anyway, we did some bacalao, which is codfish. It's Portuguese eat it a lot, Latin community eat it a lot, but it's actually originated from it's European. They had to bring the fish over from Europe on ships. There was no refrigeration back in the 1600s, the 1500s, when Columbus sailed, and all those other people who came to the New World and messed it up. But so they had to salt it. Not only fish was preserved that way, but also meats. So that's where you get a lot of these meats that are salted, and that you see these meats in it, like salamis and pepperonis and stuff like that. All those meats are cured using salt, because salt preserves. So you want to preserve something, dip it in salt. Back in the days, they didn't worry about high blood pressure, because they didn't know what the hell it was. So I don't think Columbus was worried about eating salt, or Ponce de Leon, or those famous explorers, Henry Hudson and all those other people. They didn't know. what the high blood pressure was. They just dropped dead in those days. So anyway, folks, well, yeah, it's a true story, right? So anyway, folks, we have some bacalao here with some yellow rice that I made with olives, and I put some sachichong in it, which means some like sausage in it, just to give it a bit of flavor. Put some olives and some red peppers in it, and green peppers and the whole thing. And anyway, I'm going to show you. Now, my plate is typical what you will find in Latin restaurant. When you go there, they give you bacalao with like sometimes like yuca, which is cassava, which is a root vegetable, plantain. They'll give you some other stuff and everything in a Latino restaurant. So I'm not much of a rice eater, so I have some yuca and I have some plantain on the side. I'm gonna put some olive oil in it because that's the way they serve it, and we'll take it from there. So let's turn the camera around. So there it goes. There goes the main course. Oh yeah, it smells like bacalao in the house, and you know what people say, the best smells bacalao. We're not gonna get into that. You know, we don't like bacalao in this house. Well, you know what bacalao I'm talking about, right? So, yeah. So this is like, the smell of this is like, not the best. Not for us. So, you guys know what I'm talking about, come on. So, here goes the table. And the main course again, let me get that in there. So, guys like them bacalao smell. But anyway, I'll be right back. Let me go get some olive oil, and I'm going to show you how this is done. So yeah, folks, a little bit of history. Yep, bacalao is European, you know, and like I said, it came from way under, and then it was introduced to the New World, and in the Latin countries, it was in those days, way back, it was actually a peasant food. It was cheap. Now bacalao, forget it, you can't. But at one point, it was peasant food. It was cheap food, and everybody used to eat. You know, in those Latin countries, they would, you know, get plantains. They would get yuca. They had all the vegetables in those islands, and they would take all those vegetables, cook them up, and then bacalao was cheap. And bacalao was the meat. You know, you had to have the meat. So bacalao was the meat. So they would throw it into a bunch of vegetables, and they eat it. That was a meal. So that's how it came upon, for the peasants. And now it's like high class. I mean, this thing costs it's expensive, bacalao nowadays. And it all, like I said, it's from European. So in Italy, it's also made similar to this bacalao, which is similar to this stewed with tomato sauce and all that kind of stuff. So very similar to what in the Latin community cooking. And Portuguese are big in bacalao too. So Jamaicans, because they came to all those islands. It came to all those Caribbean islands, and the Europeans brought them over. So that's how it became big. And but it's not traditional from the Caribbean islands. It is European. And a lot of our foods come from, the Europeans brought it over. They interacted with the native Indians that were here, with the people that were here, and that's how we get some of our foods here in America. So it's a mixture. So it's food science. Hey, if you ever get time, do your research. It's very interesting how foods travel from country to country and country to country. There's a thing called blood sausage, morcilla, which is a typical Puerto Rican dish, like a side dish that you eat in these restaurants. Christmas, they kill the pigs in Puerto Rico, and they make a sausage out of it. The blood sausage. But originally, it's not from Puerto Rico, folks. It actually is European. In Spain, morcilla. In Italy, they even have it. So in all these European countries, this is where morcilla comes from. So even though Puerto Ricans take what can I say, credit for making morcilla, they probably learned it from the Europeans when they got there. So what they typically do is they kill the pig. They take the intestines and they clean them up, of course. You turn them inside out. I seen how they do it. They wash it and everything, kind of lemon and all that stuff to kill the bacteria in it. And then they fill it with blood that's been carbonated. Did I say that right? Carbonated. It's been boiled, and ingredients have been added to it. And they add bread to it, rice to it, to makes it thickens up. And then you use a funnel and shove it into, just like it's a sausage. You shove it into the intestine, and then you tie it up. You boil it. And then you fry it, folks. Some people eat it right after the boil, but I don't know. But eat it right after. It's good stuff. I like it. Some people don't. Just the thought of eating. But of course, the ones that they make I think in New York, it's no longer allowed to use pig intestines. So what they use regular casing like sausages, but they do use the blood. But I believe that they use beef blood nowadays because the pig blood, the USDA doesn't allow it. So they use beef blood inside casing, and it's like a sausage nowadays. But if you go to Puerto Rico in the hidden, you'll find people there that make the real morcillas for you, and it's it's hidden from USDA and stuff like that. So anyway, we might one day go back to Puerto Rico and eat some morcilla. We didn't go last time because we were with our friends that don't know about morcilla, but I'm going to show them what morcilla is. It's blood sausage. It's just a sausage, hey. Don't think about where it came from. But anyway, folks, I'm going to enjoy this dinner, my dinner on a Friday night. Hope you guys have. I am tired, so I have to have a drink later on to unwind because I did a lot of semi spring cleaning. I didn't do everything, but I did half, and then maybe next week I'll do a little bit, little by little. But spring is in the air, so you got to freshen up the house and change the curtains and clean the carpet and all that good stuff. So anyway, folks, enjoy your Friday night. If you go out, like always, be responsible, wear your mask if you're around people, and all that good stuff. If you indulge in illegal drugs, which you know what they are, don't do it in public. Don't puff smoke in my face when I'm going by. More power to you. Hey, if you want to, that's the way you want to entertain yourself. More power to you. We've all been there. We've all tried it. Some of us, and Clinton just put in his mouth, eating in hand. He puffed it. Yeah, whatever. So anyway, love you guys. See you guys tomorrow.